Right now I have with me Mrs. HAJARA Adeola. She's the MD of Lotus Capital, and we're going to be talking about non-interest financing, or what is also known as Islamic banking, and we're going to be going into that. Welcome to the show. Basically, the thing I've noticed about it is because I kind of looked at it from the global perspective, and we're looking at a market which has about $2 trillion going around, and Africa now, not even Nigeria, has about just 3% of that. I mean, what can we do? I mean, we need to get in on this, this investment. What can we do to get in on the action?
I think we need to decide that it's something we want to do, and we just need to do it. I always use the example of the UK. We had in September 2013, the UK Prime Minister David Cameron just came out and said the UK is going to be an Islamic finance hub. We're going to issue a sovereign sukuk, Islamic bond. And by June of the following year, they had issued £200 million sukuk, which was 11 times oversubscribed. We've been dabbling in this market now since about 2004, 2005. The regulators have come up to speed in terms of frameworks and guidelines to protect the market. There are non-interest banks, there are insurance companies, there are asset managers in the non-interest space. So we really just need the political will to get on and join it. South Africa was the first in Africa to issue a bond. Senegal has. Cote d'Ivoire is about to. It's a shame Nigeria didn't lead the charge, but it's not too late for us to join it.
We need to get in there.
We need to get in there. It's a fantastic way of sourcing capital from unusual sources and places that we haven't accessed capital in the past, and it's a fantastic way to develop the nation.
So could you quickly explain to us the basic difference between a sukuk and regular bond?
One of the precepts, there are several precepts of Islamic finance. One is that the activities underlying the asset must be socially responsible. The other is that money is has no value. So you have to employ, you can't just earn an interest for having money. You have to employ that money in some economic activity that then entitles you to a return on the money. It also has to be project or asset based. So there has to be an underlying transaction or project or asset behind that transaction. So if you buy a certificate in a sukuk, you are actually buying a share of that transaction or project or asset, as opposed to a bond, which is just a debt
rents on money.
It's a debt obligation.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm giving you my money, you owe me the principal back with an interest rate after some time. With the sukuk, I'll give you my money, I own a share of that transaction, and I'm going to get a return based on my share of that transaction.
So the thing I've heard with a few people who are looking at that space, you hear the thought of there are not as many options out there as they would like, and there are not too many instruments. I mean, those are challenges. What are we doing to make it more, make it a bit more, maybe create a variety of them, so that people who feel, okay, I'm comfortable with this, I'm not comfortable with that.
Yes.
The rates here might be good.
Yes.
What are we doing to do that?
I think it's an industry in its infancy, and so some of those are just a factor of time. There are only 3 banks that have any form of non-interest capacity, 1 full-fledged and 2 windows, compared to 24 commercial banks, some of which have been around for over 100 years.
True.
So they're playing catch-up. But I think it's important to note that this is a very critical alternative, even from the depositor or investor's point of view. There are some people that don't access the financial sector because they don't want to access it at an interest rate. They want to access it in a way that is in line with their values. The other thing to mention as well is that it allows for financial inclusion, which is critical.
True.
So as an alternative, beside the conventional market, it can only widen the market for everybody and bring people in that were hitherto not involved in the financial market. And that's good for everybody.
True.
And then the funds that are raised hopefully will be applied towards projects that are going to have socioeconomic benefits, again, to
the entire...
and allows you to access money from perhaps the Gulf. That's why the UK and other Hong Kong, Luxembourg are issuing sukuk. Why are they doing that? To attract capital into their economies, to develop their home economies.
So we're looking at Nigeria right now. Crude oil prices are falling. The JP Morgan issue happened recently. There is a window now 5 years from now, do you think we would have been able to take advantage of non-interest banking in Nigeria?
I would hope so, and our expectation is that we would have, based on the timeline of the framework by the Debt Management Office. It's certainly within the project pipeline for the Debt Management Office, but like I said, everything requires the will
to do it.
To do it. There's nothing else, there's no other impediment. That's what I can say. There's no impediment to doing it. If Nigeria wished to issue a sovereign sukuk within 12 months, we could have a sovereign sukuk.
Do it.
Yes.
Thank you very much for being with us. We really do appreciate it. Yes, that is HAJARA Adeola. She's been speaking with us about non-interest financing. You might want to go get some of that yourself. We're still here on Business Nigeria. Do not go anywhere. We'll be right back.